Hey, what is going on, everyone? Antoine Thomas, and I am back again with another episode of Silver Lining TV, where we motivate and inspire people to create a better life through real estate. And I want to dive into the financial fundamentals for home buyers. So, if you're going to be getting into the market here soon to buy a home, this is very important. I want you to tune into this one, okay? So, I have an infographic I want to share with you guys here in a moment. But first, I want to make it very clear that the type of market that you're getting into, it is imperative that you have everything in order. Okay. The process, there is a pre-market process, right? There is a process that you got to make sure you are starting before you even start looking at homes. Okay. Now, the reason why it's important is because there are a lot of buyers and not a lot of homes available. The buyer who is most prepared, not only financially, but even mentally, they're going to achieve at a greater rate than the buyer who is not prepared. Okay. Again, that's how important the things I'm going to discuss with you are. All right. So let's get into it. I am going to share my screen with you. Bear with me. Let's see here. All right. Move some things around. There we go. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen, and it's an infographic where I'm going to break down a couple things. So looking right here, number one, first thing I want to touch on is saving for a down payment. So it's very important that you understand you don't need to save 20% to buy a home, number one. Number two is you need to find out as soon as possible how much you need to have available, how much reserves you need to have on hand to buy a home. It could be as low as $1,000. It could be as low as $0. It could be 10,000. It just depends, right? Everybody's situation is different. There are a lot of variables that go into it. The key is you need to have that clarity. So, in order to do that, very simple. All you got to do is speak with a lender and they will break down exactly your financial situation, how much money you got to bring to the table. Okay. But either way, you should be prepared to save for a down payment. Okay. But again, the beauty is you don't need 20%. Speak to your lender and figure that out. Okay. Also, build your credit as high as you can. But also keep in mind, you don't need an 800 credit score to buy a home these days. You don't even need a 600 credit score. You can go as low as 580 depending on the loan program. Again, the key is to get clarity as soon as you can, fast. All right. This market requires speed. Success requires speed in today's market. So you need to speak with your lender. That way you can find out your down payment. You can find out your credit score if it's sufficient enough to get pre-qualified or pre-approved. Okay. Now, I will also say, because there is a caveat. I mean, yes, you can get pre-approved, but if you want the best interest rate, your goal should be to get your credit score as high as you possibly can. Now, speaking with a professional real estate agent and a lender, they can help break down what you need to do to get your credit score at the highest number possible before you buy a home. Because again, the less money you spend in paying interest per month, obviously it's better for you. Okay. So build your credit, do the best you can doing that. Connect with an agent. Obviously, you want to make sure that you, as a buyer, you are doing your due diligence. You're researching online. You're going by word of mouth, referrals, people that may have bought a home recently. Who did you use as an agent? And then whoever they tell you, then research that person. Does that person have a strong online presence? Do they have 5-star reviews or a 4.9, 4.8 review? Are they proven? Meaning, have they only sold? If you look online and you see they have one review, you may want to do some more research and dig deeper to make sure that's a legit option for you, right? But do your research. Don't just go with the first agent. Interview several agents and make sure you're making the best decision for you. It's very important that the agent you choose has some type of structure set up that can help you win in today's market, because it's going to take a lot of strategy and having your ducks in a row to succeed in today's market. And if you do not believe me, make a Facebook post today, and I want you to ask, how is today's housing market? And I guarantee you that will be your biggest post you've made all year, of people saying the market is crazy, the market is bananas. It took me, writing 30 offers to get an offer accepted. Well, a lot of times that happens because, number one, it's the truth. Number two, most people aren't working with the professional that has a proven plan in place. Okay. If you're working with someone who has a plan in place, the likelihood of you succeeding and avoiding all that headache is much higher. Okay. Connect with a trusted agent. Do your research. That's what Google's there for. Get pre-approved. Again, this goes back to speaking with the lender and your agent. Connect. Ask questions. Figure out where you stand. But get pre-approved before you're out wasting time looking at homes or getting your hopes up window shopping online. Get pre-approved. Clarity is key. Clarity and speed is your superpower in today's market if you are a buyer. Okay. Now, let's review this. This is so important. I just want to do it again. Save for a down payment. Build your credit. Connect with a trusted agent. Get pre-approved. All right. Those are the 4 tenets that's going to help you succeed. One more time. Save for a down payment. You don't need 20%. You may need only 3.5. You may need nothing. There are loan programs available where you can get in to a home with no money down. Build your credit. You don't need a 760 or 800 credit score. These days, you only need like a 580, 600. Now, again, the caveat is you will possibly pay a higher interest rate the lower your credit score is, but it doesn't mean you won't get pre-approved. The key is to find out, where do you stand currently? Don't rely on Credit Karma. Credit Karma is a great tool, but like the Zillow's estimate, it's just going to give you an estimate. It's not going to, by the way, Credit Karma goes off of different criteria anyways for you to determine a score for you. The lender is not going to use a Credit Karma score to determine whether you're pre-approved or not, or what your rate is. Just keep that in mind. A lot of people don't know that either. Credit Karma, I use it personally, but it is not the end all be all. You got to actually, they're going to go based off, the lender is going to go based off the 3 credit bureaus, and they're going to go off the middle score. So make sure you understand that. But build your credit as high as you can, but get clarity, all right, before you're paying stuff off. A lot of times you don't have to pay everything off to increase your credit score. You just got to pay it down to a certain amount. By the way, a lender will help you with that. Connect with an agent. So important. By the way, by connecting with a trusted agent, a lot of times they have great lenders that they already work with that do a good job. I will say this though, just because an agent has a preferred lender, that does not mean you have to work with that lender. It does not mean you have to work with that lender. Interview multiple lenders as the same way you would interview multiple agents. You want to make the best decision for you. Okay. Not every lender is created equal, and not every agent is created equal. Interview. Okay. Take your time and then get pre-approved. Okay. So I'm going to end it with that. I hope this was helpful. I just want to give value, give information, as I know there's a lot of things, a lot of blogs, or a lot of people with comments and suggestions and opinions. But the reality is, it's important to go to the source of info to make sure the information is correct. Okay. One person's opinion or experience does not mean that's for everyone. Okay. And the reason why I even bring that up is because we help a lot of people. We're very blessed to help a lot of people in the real estate space. And we've heard horror stories of real estate transactions, and we're just like appalled. We're like, oh my, wow, that is crazy, right? And then they work with us and are like, well, you guys were completely different. So I don't know what went wrong there, but it was completely different experience with you guys. So I want to make these videos to show you that if you do these things, then you're setting yourself up to win. Because if someone has a bad experience, it doesn't mean you have to. If someone went through pain and consistently went through pain and did not succeed, it doesn't mean you have to go through that process. But it's going to require some work on your end. And that is getting educated and tuning in to valuable information like today. So stay safe out there. If you guys need additional information, you want a copy of this infographic, it's proprietary, but I will be happy to share with you guys. If you have any questions or you want additional content, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Silver Lining Real Estate Group. Like our page, Silver Lining Real Estate Group. Google us. You can find tons of videos about buying homes or selling homes. Okay. Again, we just want to be a resource for you guys. Stay safe out there. Take care. I'll see you guys on the next one.